to talk to you about my fitness journey. So I've never really been someone who has been super skinny or anything like that. And I've always been like a few extra pounds, but not like super chubby. Sorry for using that word if anyone finds it offensive, but that's how I would describe myself. Like, I was active, I played sports, but I never really ate well. And I think when I got my first office job after I finished university, I was fine in like the back little part, but then they moved us up to the front and they did a program change. I ended up working in a different department, and there was always donuts there, and they were always right by my desk. So I'd probably eat like 2-3 donuts a day. And I just started gaining weight and kept putting it on. And then my pants, they started getting tighter. So one day I decided I was going to go out and buy pants. I needed some new ones. Mine weren't really fitting right anymore. And I had like an outfit plan in my head on how I wanted it to look. So I went shopping with my boyfriend at the time. And we went to the store. And I didn't want any salesperson to help me, but he went and got one anyways. And then she asked my size and what I was looking for. I told her, and I kind of like gave her what I thought my size was at the time. Like, I added a few from where I was. And then so I took these pants back to the change room, and I put my legs in, and I put them up to my waist, and I couldn't do them up. And I was so embarrassed because in my mind I had overestimated what size I was. And I was like, oh, like, this is terrible. I can't believe I can't put these on right now. And I took them off immediately. I walked out and she's like, oh, how's the size? I'm like, it's great. It fits perfectly. I walked up to the counter and I bought the pants. So I went home that day and stashed them under the bed. And the pants did not come out. They were the pants of shame, essentially. And, you know, at that point, you'd think that I would be, okay, I'm changing my life. But it actually started growing, and I started getting bigger from that point. I went up about double the size from there. And, yeah, it's something that always lingered in my mind. So then, months after that, though, I was out with a friend, and I bought a scale. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to track it, I'm going to do this. It was a scale that you step on, and it tells you your maintenance calories based on your weight, and then you're just supposed to subtract from that. And so I bought the scale, and I brought it home, I take it out of the box, I set it all up, I program it, and I step on it. And my boyfriend, who I had bought the pants with as well, is standing right there beside me. My immediate reaction was to turn to him and say, how come you didn't tell me I got this fat? His response was, I thought you knew. And the truth was, I had zero idea. Like, I realized that I was gaining weight, but I didn't realize I was gaining that much. So at that point, I weighed the most I had in my life. I am 4'11", so I'm rather short, and I weighed 150 pounds. I think, yeah, around 150, it's 152, I believe, at the time. And I just realized I had to do something about my weight. So I woke up the next morning and I thought, okay, you know what, I'm going to run a 5K. And I have this setting on my iPod, and it's like 5 kilometers, okay? So I press the button. I'm like, you know, it's not going to be hard. Like, everybody runs 5Ks. So I put on my clothes, and I've got the iPod ready, and I run out the door, and across the parking lot and down the street. And I am out of breath, and I am panting, and I'm like, okay, I've got to be close to a kilometer. The truth was, I learned that I have no, like, relative perception of distance, because I was about 300 meters is as far as I got that day before I turned and walked back. And I was in intense pain. I was so out of shape. And yeah, I had to turn around and walk home. I couldn't run 5K. But what I did is that every morning I set my iPod for 5K, and I'd make it further and further. Eventually I got to this point that I signed up for a 5-kilometer race. And I ran the full distance without stopping, which was my goal when I ran the race. It took me 32 minutes, which now it seems long time for 5K, because I run a 10K in 47 minutes. And so, yeah, it was a big accomplishment for me. I went there alone. I did it on my own. And then from that, my friend asked if I wanted to join the Mud Hero race. So it's a mud obstacle course. It's 6 kilometers long. And I was like, well, I don't know if I can do that. I'm not really that good at running. And he's like, oh, no, don't worry. Like, most of the people that are coming with us, they're not runners, and you'll be fine. And so I signed up and I did it, and I was super excited. You know, I lost 10 pounds from my starting point, so I was down to 140, and I was just feeling great. I was like, yeah, I'm making progress. I'm doing amazing. And it's been months at this point, so it's taken me months to lose 10 pounds. And I run it. Well, I shouldn't say I run it. I actually walked most of the thing. And there was this one point that there was a photographer picture. And I, like, saw them. They were taking the picture of me. And I was looking right at it. And I was like, this is going to be an awesome picture. And it's going to be so amazing. You know, got, like, this great shot. And I get it back. And all I can see is, like, the fat rolls in my body. And I was just extremely unhappy with myself because it was like I didn't realize that that's still how I looked, you know. It's like, well, I lost some weight and I thought I would be better, but I really wasn't. It didn't make that big of a difference. You could still see everything. I'm sure it made a bigger difference, but it just didn't feel right. So I started looking up and realizing I had to do something with my, like, diet. Like, that's what needs to change. It's like this running, it's not really necessarily the right thing. And I found the website bodybuilding.com. And from there I started learning about workouts, and they started having, like, challenges that they were running. So I joined those, and they keep me motivated. I signed up for the gym, and I started lifting weights for the first time. And I lost some more weight. So I got down to, like, the high 130s. So I lost, a few more pounds. Probably about 5 pounds. And from doing bodybuilding.com and just increasing and doing weights and things like that. But I started trying my best to learn about calories and track the numbers. But the thing is, I found, like, a lot of the information out there wasn't geared for people who were just learning. You kind of already had to have that base knowledge, which I didn't have. I didn't understand food. I didn't understand how it impacted my body. And I didn't see how it would affect me in my life in any way. So I tried, but I got really frustrated trying to learn how to eat and what to eat and how much to eat and all those things. Like, it was something that I couldn't seem to grasp the concepts of. So I joined Weight Watchers. And at that time, what they were focused on was your fat, your carbs, your fiber, and your protein. So essentially, by doing Weight Watchers, what I realized is that I was learning how to count and track my macros. And then, as I lost more weight, I started to think, okay, this is how it's impacting my body. And I started feeling different and healthier and, like, more awake and have more energy. And, like, I was hitting amazing goals. And, yeah, just what it taught me, though, is, like, how I can track my food. How if I wanted something like a little bit of a craving, I didn't have to deny myself. There was different ways that I could work it in. And through Weight Watchers, I actually started losing, like, the pounds just came off really fast when I was following it. And it was very easy for me to be able to do. And because it was something that was more manageable in my lifestyle. And I realized basically what I was putting into my body, and that was something that I hadn't been as conscious of in the past. It really made a difference for me. So, yeah, I started doing Weight Watchers, I started lifting weights, and basically from that race I did in Mud Hero, I came in, I think, like, in the high 400s on my 4th race, like, out of my gender, my place, right, and 77th in my category, which, in the ranges of years from doing it, my category hasn't changed. So I've done 3 years of Mud Hero now. So in the first year, it was in the 400s, 77th in my category, which is my age range, so it would be 25 to 29. Next year, I came in 15th in my gender and 2nd in my category. And this year, I came in second in my gender and first in my category. So it's just what I learned from it really is that nutrition is everything. And you have to, if you want to hit your goals, you need to follow your nutrition. And you need to be aware and conscious of what you're putting in your body. And I think for me, at least, the fitness part, like, it's great to have and it's great to be doing, but it's more of like, it's become more of that stress relief. You know, I love to go and lift weights at the end of like a work day just because I feel so much better for it at the end. But really, you're not gonna make progress and you're not gonna hit your goals if you're not eating the right food and following that. And for me, like, I realize there's a lot of people out there who can do it on their own, but for me, I needed Weight Watchers to show me what I had to do because I was just getting so lost and overwhelmed with all the information out there. And it gave me that clear plan. It gave me structure, but it gave me flexibility. And really, I found that's what I needed, and that's what helped me lose my weight. And I'm now 45 pounds lighter from the start in 2015 to today, and that was early January 2015. My weight went back up at the end, and I was 146 pounds in January 2015. So yeah, I did gain weight after. Still, like, that was when I started to try to learn how to eat, and I think the problem was that I was trying to eat a lot of the stuff for bodybuilders, you know, and put, like, muscle. I wasn't putting on muscle, obviously, but I was weightlifting and I was eating a lot, and I wasn't controlling it, and I thought, like, oh, if I just eat this, but the thing is, it's also how much you eat, and it makes a big difference. So yeah, I ended up putting on weight. So January 2015, I started 146 pounds, and today I am 104 pounds, and it is August 2016. 2015, did I say January 2016? For clarity, in case I did and I stumbled, I don't know. January 2015 to today, and most of my weight was lost between February and May of 2015, and I've been pretty much consistent. Not that much weight has been lost since then. I've been able to maintain it is the key. I think in the future, like, maybe something I would look at, like, I do want to lean out a little more and get a six-pack. I think that would be, like, my ultimate goal because it's something I've never seen my body with, and I feel like it's a really hard challenge for women to take on. And I kind of am, after everything I've gone through and done with my weight loss, I feel like I'm ready to take on anything.